Today I wish to, as on day one, give my official fare thee well to a member on their last day. Farewell to the man, as he told you. We met in 1997 at Kentucky FFA Leadership Training Center. I have known him longer than anybody else in this room. Farewell to the gentleman who from 2016 until today has become one of my very best friends. My session roommate, my greatest ally, and one of my proteges. Farewell to the gentleman from LaRue, 24, who through 2 emergency room visits, 2 fancy farm visits, Matthew Hampton Smith's wedding, Bam's funeral, being the only 2 people in a certain room who ever got stimulus checks, countless laughs, a few tears, and all those meals down with John Presley. Through all of it, he has put up with me, and I want to stress, put up with me with grace. He is my cornerstone, and in some ways, my Timothy. I will have to admit, he's probably a little closer to Timothy in the Bible than I am the Apostle Paul. Mr. Speaker, his family, my second family, Olivia, who's in the gallery today, his wonderful children, that firstborn Chloe, that son, really his name's Wilk. I still want to call him Jerry. I think Jerry would have been a better name. But sweet, sweet Allie, that poor, poor mistreated middle child. They are truly an awesome family. Mr. Speaker, the gentleman from LaRue has almost perfectly served in the role as vice chair of A&R and perfectly managed the gentleman from Todd and did as best as he could in managing me. But he's truly become more than a vice chair, he's really the co-chair of appropriations and revenue, which is kind of appropriate because he has no vices. He shouldn't be a vice chair. He's slow to anger. He's quick to forgive. He truly lives his faith. He exemplifies what it means to be a Christian. In my daily walk, I strive to be more Christ-like. I struggle with that. But I am so thankful for the example the gentleman from LaRue has been and the Christian witness that he is. Mr. Speaker, as I close, I know that Kentucky will never truly understand. Most of the people in this room that serve in this fine institution will never, ever realize the behind-the-scenes impact he has had on shaping the policy that we have passed in this body since 2017. I know that God put him here in this place at the right time. Words will never be articulated by me to ever let him know how much his prayers, his kindness, his love, and his service, and above all his leadership, have meant to me. He has never, not once, let his limitations be used as an excuse. He's never felt sorry for himself. He has always excelled. And I know that as he enters into this new thing down at the Department of Agriculture, he will continue to excel. I was reading Paul's second letter, probably the last letter he wrote to Timothy yesterday. And in chapter 4, verse 5, I thought, man, This is the gentleman from LaRue. When Paul said, "As for you, always be sober-minded, endure suffering, do the work of an evangelist, and fulfill your ministry." Later in that letter, Paul begged Timothy, "Please come and see me." He talked about all those that he had been with and served with and trained with, and how he missed them and how they had all left him. Now, I can relate to Paul on that. But we don't ever know if Timothy made it back to Paul. History does not tell us. But I'm convinced this, gentleman from LaRue, if that was in 2024, they wouldn't be writing letters. They would be sending text messages. And I think Timothy would have blue ones, not green ones, on Paul's iPhone. So why don't you get an iPhone? Mr. Speaker, to my friend, I wish to say goodbye. To my brother, my dear brother, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for your indulgence.